bad like the Barbie. I'm a doll, but I still wanna party. Pink felt like I'm ready to bend. I'm a 10, so I pull in a 10. Like.
Hi loves, and welcome back to my channel. I am ShardaeNicole, and in today's video I am going to be sharing with you my Ozempic journey. For the most part, you guys, Ozempic is something that I feel like has truly helped me in so many great ways. Prior to being on Ozempic, if you see me looking down at my phone, it's because I took down notes, because I didn't want to leave anything out that I felt like was very, very important. But anyway, starting out, like my starting weight before Ozempic was 210 pounds, you guys. Mind you, I am only 5'1" and a half. And being 210 pounds, you guys, the weight was literally depleting me. It was like dragging me down, like my joints, like different bones would ache. I'll be out of breath. I had no energy. I didn't know what was wrong with me, but the weight on the scale kept climbing up. And I have never just been a person to just sit and just overeat and overeat. And I had no idea as into why I was gaining so much weight. So back in, I want to say 2020, no, it was 2021, I was diagnosed with stage 3 endometriosis. And during that time, I actually was placed on a steroid. And while being on that steroid, I packed on 25 pounds without even knowing it. Like the weight just kept packing on. But of course, I had to take the medication, because if I didn't, it could have cost me my life. I could have had to have major surgery and different things like that. So of course, I had to take the steroid. So while taking the steroid, I had no issues with the endometriosis at all. But like I said, the weight kept coming on. And then one day I was at work and I just felt terrible. Like, you guys, like I felt really, really bad. So I went to my school nurse. She checked my blood pressure. My blood pressure was slightly elevated. And you guys, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like looking at a number of 140, 160, that was kind of my normal, which is very crazy. But that number right there was what I was used to. Then she took my A1C. And my A1C was really, really elevated. At that point, she was like, okay, you need to go home and call your doctor. I called my doctor. He couldn't get me in that day, so he got me in the very following morning, actually, which I was very grateful for. Got there, blood pressure was still elevated, A1C was still elevated. He told me, okay, I'm going to send you out for labs. When he sent me out for labs, you guys, I don't know what it was, but like I just had like a terrible feeling. Like I knew my labs were not going to come back the way that I was hoping and praying they would. But like I said, I was feeling tired. I just did not feel like myself anymore, y'all. Like I felt horrible. And when I got my labs back, when I tell you my A1C was horrible, my liver counts was terrible, high cholesterol, whatever you can name it, like on that list of like blood work that you have to do, you guys, like I was like a walking nightmare. And I didn't even know it, that I was almost not going to be here for the ones I love and for the ones that love me most. And that right there just tore me apart. So I waited. And not to mind you guys, when you go and do these blood work and things like that, you have to fast. So I had fast for I think 8 to 12 hours, something like that, because I went the following morning for my blood work. And like everything was still crazy even after me fasting and only having water. So when I went back to the doctor, my blood pressure was up, my blood pressure was elevated, got on the scale again, 210 pounds. He said, okay, I'm gonna put you on metformin. He was like, metformin is like, how did he say it? It was like the fountain of youth. you know, you're gonna be, you know, it's gonna change your A1C levels, it's gonna help with this, it's gonna help with that, you're gonna feel better. Yeah, I was so excited to take metformin. And I remember my nana took metformin years ago, and she saw really good results, but she never talked about the side effects, never talked about those. I got to work, I talked to my schoolhouse nurse, and she was telling me, yeah, you're gonna get some, you may lose about 5 or 10 pounds on it. She was like, but the side effects is what's gonna get you. So I was like, ugh. So that really right there really scared me, y'all. So when I went to the doctor, when I went and picked up my medicine, my doctor told me to take it in the morning. So the very first day I took it, y'all, my stomach hurt and cramped so badly, like really badly. And so I went ahead, I took it, and y'all, I work with kids, and when I tell y'all, I was in the middle of a session and I had to say, hold on, wait. I had to get somebody to come and watch those kids so I could run to the bathroom, y'all. Like, the metformin like almost took me out. Not gonna lie to you, I did lose 10 pounds, but I still didn't feel the best. Like, I still felt terrible while taking the metformin. But like, it didn't matter what I ate, it didn't matter if I did not eat. If I took the metformin, it had me in the bathroom. Like, the metformin was horrible, it was terrible. So after taking metformin, I want to say I was on it for about 4 weeks. I went back to the doctor. He was like, hey, how's it going? I see you lost 10 pounds. The metformin is working for you. And I was like, no, doc, I can't do the metformin. How I work, I can't be running to the toilet. Like, I have to be with my kids, you know. So he's like, okay, no problem. Let's try you on Jardiance. He was like, it's kind of similar to metformin. You will lose a few pounds on it. Side effects are not as horrible, but you may experience this. So at that point, I was like, no, I don't think I want to do it. And he was like, you have to do something because your A1C, your cholesterol, everything, y'all, was still pretty terrible. You know, it had went down a little bit, but it had not gone down the way he thought it would. So I was talking to one of my really good friends, and she was like, what about you going somewhere trying to get on semaglutide or either Ozempic? And so at that point, you know, I was really afraid about starting like insulin because I didn't want to stick myself. My grandma talked about, you know, how she hates the insulin, and you know, after you take it, you kind of have like a little crash out and just different things like that. So but I saw the results that my friend was getting, and she was telling me how much, you know, she had more energy and how she just felt better and more confident in herself, you guys. And we all know when you're gaining weight, like, your confidence, it really does deteriorate. Like, it really does something to your self-esteem. But at that point, I was more so concerned about my high blood pressure, high cholesterol, my liver, and just all of my blood work not being as great. So I went to another clinic, and at that clinic, the doctor, he was like, for your age, your blood work should not look like this. For your age, you should not be obese. For your age, you should not be weighing this much. Yes, I understand you have endometriosis and you're taking this medication. He was like, but you know, this right here is like a life or death situation. And I'm not even gonna lie, y'all, like, it really woke me up. He talked to me, he said, okay, you're a really good candidate for Ozempic. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna prescribe it to you. But you guys, when he said, I'm gonna prescribe you the lowest dose. On the lowest dose, you should not experience as many side effects as other people. And I was like, okay. So I went ahead, took the prescription. I had Ozempic. He started me off on 0.5 milligrams. Let me look at my phone. So he started me off on 0.5 milligrams, you guys. I had that medicine in the refrigerator for an entire week because I went on YouTube University, and when I tell y'all, that right there just scared me from taking the medicine. It really did. It deterred me from taking the medicine. So he started me out on 0.5. When I tell y'all, the very first day I took it in my thigh, And when I said, okay, I can do this, you know, I didn't feel bad. I felt like myself. But what I did not do is I did not change the way I was eating. I did not think about, okay, I need to increase my water intake or anything like that. I went ahead and I took it. And that night, you guys, I was vomiting, nausea. Like, I felt terrible. But what I tell y'all, like, it's like I lost 5 pounds overnight. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. Like, the weight on Ozempic, it just kept coming off. But my first couple of injections, you guys, like, I was sick, terribly sick. So my good friend, she was like, okay, I did my research, and she was like, we need to increase our protein. You need to decrease your carbs. You need to increase your water intake. And also, you're gonna have to just cut out all the bad foods. And when I say taking Ozempic, it helped me become more conscious of the things I was putting into my body. It helped me be more conscious of the amount of food I'm eating, because once you take Ozempic and you're on it, like, it's going to tell you, okay, stop eating, that's enough. And I love that about Ozempic. It helps me be more mindful of the things that I'm doing and the things I should not be doing. I think about anything unhealthy that I'm putting into my body, and that's one of the great things about Ozempic. So when I say I would lose weight in my sleep, I lost weight in my sleep. Like, I felt more confident in myself just within the first month of me taking Ozempic. So after I took it, I went back to the doctor, you guys, and he was like, your labs, your blood work, everything is looking great. You guys, my very first month of taking Ozempic, I lost 20 pounds. Not even gonna lie to you. I lost 20 pounds my very first month. So he took my labs, everything was looking really good. My A1C, it had gone down a little bit. He said, okay, I'm gonna increase your dosage to 0.75. He said, once you increase your dosage, you're still gonna have to work on your diet. So what I started doing is, I started doing more of fruits and vegetables, increasing my protein. So the day before I would take my Ozempic, a day or two before, I would increase my protein shakes. I would increase just protein bars. I would eat more meat. I would do more green leafy vegetables, things like that, so that I would not get sick. And just being honest with you guys, since I have been on Ozempic, I have lost a total of 50 pounds. 50 pounds, like, I could not even imagine doing that by myself. And so I went back to my family practice doctor, and he was like, what are you doing? Like, he just could not believe it, you know, that I had lost that much weight. And I told him I went and I got help with Ozempic, and he was like, okay, how long have you been on 0.75? And I told him, he's okay, I'm gonna take you up to 1 milligram. You guys, when I say I get a restful night's sleep, I'm not feeling all tired and sluggish. I can do a lot more than what I was normally doing. I could do a lot more than what I was, you know, able to do prior to being on the Ozempic, you guys. So I will say the side effects that I experienced on 0.5, 0.75, even on the 1 milligram, which was it was constipation, diarrhea, vomiting, fatigue, and you know, just feeling full. And in order for you to combat those things, like I said, you have to make sure you're increasing your water intake, you're increasing your protein, you're cutting out all the bad food, all the bad sugars. And not only that, because you know you don't want to get sick while taking Ozempic, you're going to be mindful of the things you're putting in your body anyway, because, you know, the Ozempic flu or whatever you want to call it, it's terrible. Like, it's really terrible. I also experienced those sulfur burps, which were horrible. They smell really bad. So I had to, like, cut out, like, all the carbonated drinks, carbonated waters, just, you know, anything with carbonation in it. You have to cut that out, because those things, they they're terrible and they last for days and days. So that's another thing that I cut out. Also, another thing that I truly enjoyed while being on Ozempic is it really did help with my relationship with food. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like me, I love pastries. Like I love eating all the bad things. Like I love pasta, things like that. And those things right there, I have not cut them out completely, but whenever I do eat those things, like I'll take a bite here, a smaller portion. I even brought smaller plates for myself. And then like when I'm out grocery shopping, I'm just mindful of the things I'm putting into my cart, because I know that the things I bring into the home, like you're still gonna have that temptation. You're gonna still want and crave those things, but you know that you're on the Ozempic and you don't want to mess up your results. So I will say, just be mindful when you're taking Ozempic of the things that you're buying for other people that are in your home, because you're going to still want those things. Because the cravings, you guys, I'm not going to lie to you, they don't go away, but you just become more mindful and you have more willpower. That's the word I'm looking for. You have more willpower when you're on Ozempic, because again, you don't want the side effects. You don't want to gain the weight. And like I said, I don't know if it's Ozempic is something I will have to be on forever, because diabetes does run in my family and I have been pre-diabetic for years. But again, I want to make sure I'm making the healthy choices so that I am here for the ones I love and care about the most. I'm sorry y'all, like I said, I put notes in my phone so that I don't forget anything. Also, another thing is to when you are preparing your meals, you want to make sure you're staying away from different oils, unless you're using like fatty oils such as grapeseed or avocado oils. Also, you can't do the deep fried foods. You can't do things like that, because again, it will make you sick and you will experience those suffer burps. Also, you want to make sure once your mind is going to tell you, okay, you're full, stop eating. Your stomach is also going to tell you, because if you try to overeat while taking Ozempic, it doesn't matter the dosage that you're on, you're going to feel very full and sick, and you don't want to eat till you get to that point. You want to eat until you're satisfied. And you really won't know what I'm talking about or know how it feels until you're taking the Ozempic. So that's another thing that you want to look out for. And you know, I want to kind of talk about just loving your new body. You know, you're going to have to work out. You're going to also want to make sure you're staying active. And also, don't become obsessed with whatever the scale says, because on a weight loss journey, you guys, for me, I don't weigh myself every week, because if I see the number going up or I see a number that I don't think it should be, I become very much like centered or focused on that number, and that right there for me, it hinders your journey whenever you are trying to lose weight. So that's not something I do. I will say I will weigh in once a month, so I'll do it at the end of each month. Now I have to be realistic. If I'm not working out, or if I, you know, have put in too many pastries in my diet, I have to remember that I'm not going to see results that I think I should see, because I haven't put in that work. So again, Ozempic, it only works if you work with it. It's not going to be the sole thing to help you lose weight. I will say, where I work at in my school, I walk about 3 to 4 miles a day. So that alone has really helped me not only lose my weight, but keep my weight off, you guys. And when I say going to work or just being out in public and seeing family members and friends that have not seen me in a while, and they say, oh my God, what are you doing to lose weight? You look amazing. That is an instant confidence booster, y'all. Like, I absolutely love that. Like, it just gives me the extra push I need just to keep going. Like, y'all don't understand, being 5'1" weighing 210 pounds and not even noticing that, okay, you're obese. Like, you gain weight until you look at a picture, you guys. Like, that is so devastating and depressing, and that's not something that I want to ever go back to, you guys. That's why, if you're thinking about getting on Ozempic, I say go for it. Go for it. It's life-changing. It's going to help you. If you're going to the doctor, your labs are horrible, you know, you're borderline diabetic, your A1C is off through the charts, your cholesterol is very high, you know, your liver enzyme levels are, you know, not where they should be, go to the doctor, talk to your doctor about what are your options. Ozempic is something that has truly changed my life, and I would tell anybody, you know, if the doctor recommends it, then go for it. But again, you have to make sure that you're also putting in the work as well, and you're not overindulging, you're working out, you're increasing your water. It's pretty much, you're going to have to change your mindset and your lifestyle. It's a lifestyle change, but it's for the best, you guys. And when I say that I have really changed my relationship with food, it has truly changed, y'all. Like, how I would just say, okay, I'm gonna eat this on this day, eat that on that day. Like, before Ozempic, like, I would plan out what I was gonna eat, and 9 times out of 10 I would eat 3 heavy meals. I wouldn't think about any of the consequences. As long as I was eating, I was happy. And still now, I plan out my meals, but they're a lot healthier than what they were before. So like I said, it really does change your mindset, and it gives you a better outlook on what, you know, food should look like and things like that. Also, like I said, I have lost 50 pounds. I still have about 10 to 15 more pounds that I would like to lose personally, but I don't really have a goal weight. But I mean, I know that kind of sounds crazy when we just say I want to lose 10 to 15 more pounds, but like, I truly don't have a goal weight. Like, I just want to be healthy and be here for, you know, for my family and for my daughter and my kids and different things like that, y'all. Like, I'm just happy, I'm more confident, and I feel like since taking Ozempic, it has really gave me a different outlook on life, you guys. Like, I'm just so excited. I know that Ozempic played a major part in my new appearance, self-confidence, and just being able to educate others and myself on this journey. Again, you guys, I am ShardaeNicole. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you would like to see like the meals I ate, or see before and after pics and different things like that, then just let me know down in the comments, and I could do a separate video on that for you. And also, like I said, like, looking at the pictures, y'all, I didn't even, like I said, I didn't even know that I had let myself go like that. Like, I had no idea. No idea, y'all. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.